In this video, I'm doing a first impression review of the Minimalist running shoes Nimble Toes. Just to give you a little background about the company Nimble Toes, the company is a big proponent of the minimalist movement or natural running movement. They've produced a stylistically diverse line of barefoot-inspired footwear intended for a wide range of uses. In keeping with the minimalist movement, their shoes, like the one I'm showing here, which doesn't have a special model name, the shoe is namely called Nimble Toes. The shoes overall are geared towards renewing your foot's role and helping you move better, walk better, run better in a functional manner, which is also a reliable way to help you manage your overall posture more effectively as well. Essentially, the Nimble Toes are completely free of strength-robbing structural constraints like arch support, toe springs, wedge inserts, thereby creating a more effective environment where there's more widespread functional engagement of the foot for the benefit of upholding a stronger, more tolerant foot that's good for fusing a more stable platform with the ground, putting you on a firmer, more proactive footing during running and walking, which really best suits the purpose for injury prevention and may help you produce results that matter for running performance. Nimble Toes was developed in collaboration with Lee Saxby, who plays a big role in leading the charge in the natural running movement. For those who are unfamiliar with Lee Saxby, he's done some really informative instructional videos on YouTube about how to avoid heel striking during running. I've linked one of my favorite videos that taught me a lot by him. It's down below in the description box. The Nimble Toes are completely hand assembled like Rolls-Royce and come with a 3-year product guarantee, which speaks volumes about the confidence the company has in the longevity or durability of their shoes. So let me discuss in further detail the distinct qualities of the Nimble Toes that I like and that you may like, and why you may want to make the Nimble Toes part of your minimalist running shoe task force. As soon as I held the shoe in my hand, my first impression was that the feel of the Nimble Toes is a cross between the New Balance Minimas and the Morale Vapor gloves. So essentially, the Nimble Toes feels literally like a New Balance Minimas / Morale Vapor glove hybrid, which means that the Nimble Toes are light, but not legendarily light, like most of Vibram 5 Fingers and the Saucony X8, for example. And that's because the Nimble Toes are more equipped with more material density than most barefoot-inspired running shoes, but by no means are the Nimble Toes bulky. They are still remarkably light to provide the sensation that you're not wearing anything on your feet. They do feel natural. Their lightness makes you feel zippy, which is great for going fast. I think one of the major strengths of the shoe is that the entire framework is very well built, very stable in construction. They don't feel flimsy. The materials feel like they offer substantial puncture resistance, and for this reason, I'm really hoping the shoes nicely match and can hold up very well structurally to supporting running long, hard miles and don't fall apart like many wafer-like thin minimalist running shoes. Overall, the Nimble Toes definitely gets a stamp of approval for feeling like they have ample durability despite having a lightweight design. In looking at the upper is a blend of a lightweight mesh, premium stitching, and high-quality materials that moves with the foot. Structurally, the upper feels secure, robust, and protective. It all seems held together pretty well. In terms of breathability, it's fall here now, really cool temperatures, so I can't comment on how well they may be able to keep your feet cool in the summer, but as far as running in the fall goes, I can run around 18 kilometers and farther comfortably without socks, and my feet stay pretty warm. So far, so good on that front. Inside, the Nimble Toes actually feels seamless and smooth because I've worn these without socks, and to me, the upper gives a very consistent, soft feel, lots of comfort without any glitches throughout. The upper securely wraps the foot without being tight and provides plenty of wiggle room in the front. As you can see, the forefoot or the front of the shoe is anatomically correct in that it's wide, which is going to allow for natural toe expansion or toe spreading, which is essential for providing better stabilizing effects as well as naturally providing an extra source of impact protection during running. As for the lacing, the tube-like laces faithfully follows the top line of the foot. The lacing feature is great for keeping the tongue in place. Very simple, allows you to put on the shoe more easily while providing a customizable and secure fit. Last but not least, let's look at the outsole. The Nimble Toes sits on a thin, easy flexing 4mm Vibram rubber outsole that's wide, which is going to give you an anatomically compatible fit. It nicely matches the silhouette of the bottom of the foot, ensures the foot can expand to its natural state during runs. The best designs of a shoe are those that ergonomically complement and resemble the human foot, which is what the Nimble Toes absolutely delivers on. In terms of ground feel, you don't get the same sensory flow or ground feel clarity in the Nimble Toes like you do in many Vibram 5 fingers or the Saucony's. If you are a runner who prefers not to feel every little pebble, stone, and twig under the foot, the Nimble Toes is definitely up your alley because the outsole is thick enough to shield you from feeling every single surface irregularity of the ground, but the outsole is still thin enough to give you the advanced ability to avoid heel striking during running, to tune your forefoot strike mechanics to be lighter and more organized so that you shift away from heavy, unbalanced footfalls. Therefore, when it comes to form correction and upholding more productive, effective biomechanics in a sustainable capacity, a runner is very likely to benefit from the Nimble Toes because the shoe really does have all the features that make a pure minimalist running shoe great for helping improve your forefoot strike movement skills during running. If you prefer a little extra cushion for your ride, the Nimble Toes comes with thin and very soft removable insoles. I like to be as closely physically connected to the ground as possible, so I prefer to run without the insoles, but it's always nice having that option for if you want a little more underfoot softness and protection. In looking at the tread, the outsole is equipped with a combination of circular lugs and indented grooves that really gives you a more stable connection with the ground, delivering a well-balanced ride, but that applies to the fact that so far I've only ran in dry and wet conditions on smooth pavement. And in both conditions, the tread has good latching power and dexterity needed for stable landing control during running, especially in the rain. So in my updated review that I will be doing a few months from now, I'll report on how well the tread performs in the snow, on icy surfaces, as well as various trail terrains, so stay tuned for that. So overall, the key details of the Nimble Toes that I love is that the shoes are zero drop, they're wide, and packed with lots of durability. As soon as you hold the shoe, you know it's armed with durability, you feel the solid construction, plus you got to appreciate the 3-year warranty, which in my opinion makes up for the price of the shoe. So far, the Nimble Toes are definitely worth a look for runners interested in minimalist running, looking for stride correction, because the framework of the shoe is designed to help you dial in on refining and upholding good forefoot strike running form. You definitely stand to benefit every time you wear these shoes because these shoes aren't filled with structural elements and gizmos that makes us lose strength in our feet, but rather the Nimble Toes gives the feet freedom of movement, a clunk-free forefoot strike landing during running. They put your feet close to the ground, which is necessary to help align the foot and lower leg just so, helping you shift away from heel striking during running and encouraging you to adapt a forefoot strike that's more effective and as targeted as possible, all of which are good for injury prevention and economic sufficiency in running. So that concludes my first impression review of the Nimble Toes. Like I said, I'll be doing an updated review of these shoes in a few months, so be sure to check that out. I linked the site to Nimble Toes down below in the description box if you're interested. If you've enjoyed this review, please give me a thumbs up. And for more barefoot-inspired running shoe reviews, as well as to stay more informed on the latest research regarding the health and performance benefits of barefoot running and forefoot running, please hit the subscribe button down below. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Have fun out there on the roads and trails. Bye for now.